Niue Waste Management presents LALAGA, weaving our lifestyle and environment together for a better Niue. This podcast is proudly brought to you by Niue Waste Management, AusAid, Government of Niue, Project Management and Coordination Unit.
Laufoli. My name is Daniel Makaia and I am the Technical Operations Advisor under the Niue Waste Management Project. On this episode, we are going out of the studio and into the community. We'll be talking to Ida Hekesi.
Part of my rescue of everything that I do is this beautiful piece of outside furniture.
The Department of Environment up at Hui.
So hana e tau bebe I loto he tangani tau plastiki, tau ngasipunu, tau lupawela, mo tau ngasiapa inu.
And Patrick Jacobsen at Makato.
Tau bebe ke. Ka folo tau bebe lalai. Tunga I tau lapatoa mo tau nepia.
I think it's really important to manage waste on Niue because of the increase in rubbish that we currently have. We have only got a couple of rubbish sites, and also I don't think it's healthy that we keep burying rubbish for our next generation to discover. So it's really, really important that waste is managed, and it can start from the sort of imports that we have, instead of bringing in plastic, we've got to be more aware of where it's coming from, making sure that the imports that we bring in, it's recyclable. I don't think it's new innovations that we look for. There's already existing systems and things that people do around the world. And we've all, Niueans travel quite a lot. I think I was in Germany one time, and you just go into the supermarket and they have vending machines. So you take in your empty plastic bottles and bags, also cans, and then you just put it into the vending machine, and the vending machine comes out with a little credit note, and that's what you use against your shopping. I mean, that's Western society, But for us here, it could be simple things like reusing the jars that we purchase. If you're buying olives, we love buying olives from Sonson, so after you use the jar, don't throw it away, reuse it. My son actually uses it as recycling, use it as part of recycling for pickling. So he pickles a lot of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, but and I can talk about it on some of the things that I've been doing since 2008, and just part of my everyday life that I practice here. We probably don't realize it, but there's people recycle, especially the older generation, they recycle all the time. But I think it's a message that we need to instill in our young people, because they are of the generation of disposable items, the MDFs that come out. Those are not recyclables. Those are things that you can throw away and just replace it quite easily. But I think we need to go back a little bit and just see what our ancestors did. This is one of our recycle pieces that my husband Albert got from Tawhalalo, and it had some missing wheels at the bottom, so he just replaced the wheels, sanded it down all the rusty bit, CRC, and it's actually good to go. So he uses it for his office. This couch actually belongs inside the villa, but because the borders have been closed and we needed a couch, we went and got this from the villa. But this is actually recycled, that I bought off Trade Me for about $300, and it's a really long one. So these couches now, it retails for about $3,000, but we just had it upholstered and it's good to go. The cushions, for example, the cushions inside are from old pillowcases that we had done up, and we just put them into cushions. The cabinet that we have here, that actually belongs to my sister. It was actually made by Harry Bray, early 2000, and my sister, after Cyclone Hatta, she migrated to New Zealand and took Nana Ahi, but she left this for use for somebody, and I actually saw it outside in the rain, so I went and rescued it and sanded it down, revarnished it. We use it now, but now she wants it back. Okay, so another recycled item that I use, and I love this piece, it's our dining table. I got this for probably about $80 on Trade Me, and it had 8 chairs, and the chairs I used for the Stonevillas next door. It was really yucky, so what I did was I sanded it down with the family, and then we just revarnished it. We also have our chairs. These chairs are from my sisters, and the other 2 chairs, I know it's mismatched, but it has that quirky, really cool feel about it. The other 2 chairs, they're from Harry Singh, I think his name is, from the Gills Indian shop. He was throwing them away, and I thought, these are really good chairs. Albert rescued them and did them up, and now we use them as dining, as part of our dining table set. So yeah, we do a lot of rescues and recycle, and I think it's really, really good for the environment. Let's put it this way, there was someone that actually made this particular piece, and it's beautifully made. It was just the varnish had disappeared a little bit, had missing screws, but when we fixed it up, everybody admires it now. So yeah, really happy about this piece. So this is another recycle piece, and this is quite dear to my heart because I made this for my husband for Christmas just gone. In our family at Christmas, what we do is we actually make things for each other. So we try not to go to the shops and we buy. So the handle here, if you can have a look around, it's actually just made out of an old hanger, and this wood piece here is from the louvers, old piece of louver, and the sinnet is actually made from the coconut, and that's a glass holder. So it's right at the door, and so when people go out, they just pick up their glasses and they go. Yeah, so this is a very special piece to me. I think Albert laughed when he saw it because he wasn't too sure what it was, but everybody uses it, see? So we're here at the Stonevilla number 1, and part of my rescue of everything that I do is this beautiful piece of outside furniture, 2 big chairs and a table and a little stool. And so when I actually rescued it, it was green and yucky and had mildew. I brought it home, water blasted it down, and then gave it a little bit of a spray paint, and then you have this beautiful piece here that is probably over 30 years old. So it's really good to get really sturdy furniture that sometimes people think they should chuck it out, but if you have a look behind the facade, it's actually a beautiful story behind everything that you have. So really, really pleased with this piece of furniture that's now being used at the villa on a commercial basis. So when I actually rescued this piece, it didn't have any handles and it didn't have a back. It was really grubby looking, but I knew that Albert will make something really special out of it. So rescued it, brought it back to Niue, and we sanded it down, varnished it, put new handles, put it back in, and people now, they just marvel at it. And this is a piece that's over 70, 80 years old, but it just got a little bit neglected. Someone was going to chuck it out, and I went and rescued it. Yeah, so really proud of this piece. This lamp here was also going to be thrown out, and I went and picked it up. It's a set for the villas, and I think I got it for $20 each. It was a little bit grubby and green, so I just gave it a good clean, put some new bulbs in it, had it checked out by an electrician, made sure it was working okay, and now, yeah, it's one of the centerpieces here at the villas.
This podcast is proudly brought to you by Niue Waste Management, AusAid, Government of Niue, Project Management and Coordination Unit.
Ko mautoro dei, mai he whai ngahua takatari motu, ane ngahua ki he matakawi nei ko hui hui. Mao nei, koe whai nge matakau nei he lari ke pata mo e whawhau e tau ngasi lupo plastiki ki lata he tau tanga, e kua maike e mautoro ke moa mai e motu ko New Zealand. Koe ka kano ni kua whawhau e mautoro e tau lupo plastiki ki lata he tanga, a koe amanakianga ke he wharewho, koe recycling centre, ni kua amanaki ke tālanga, ke he tau mahina kuku mai mua. Kia mautoro ne nākaila iloa ia, koe hawhei tau whanga lupo plastiki ni kua lata ke whawhau ki lata he tau pinikula. Ka eki ke onono mtoro ke tau lupo, ka whai whakasino pehenei ke tau lupo, mai ke mtoro ke tuku i lata he tau pinikula, ni kua whita he tufa atu ke mtolosi. Mai longa la he whainga hoa tautakai motu e tase he pinikula si koe ha matola hataki atu ke mtolo ke whawhau e tau lupo heo ki loto he pinikula ka e whawhau e tau ngasi lupo plastiki ki loto he tangapepa mo e tuko i ke lunga he pinikula ke lata ia mo e okoanga he tau vewe nei ke he tau aholotu he tau whahe tapu nā kai totongi. Maho nei, mai kei e tau tōru ke watu ke whaututala i mo e whaurua tau tangatanga hoa kua mai kei ke whawhau e tau lupo plastiki ki loto he tau tanga.
Hako whai mga aho he tau mai e tau vewe ke he whahi nei. So ka mata te tau plastiki ke malona mo e mahi he vele la mo e uha. Mo e matangi pu. Okay. So hanei e tau vewe I loto he tanga nei. Tau plastiki, tau ngasi punu. Ai lo tau ngasi punu ha. Kaka tau ngasi punu. Tau lupo wela. Mo tau ngasi apa inu. So ngā hua mautoro mo nei, koe whamapuapu mo tau lupo plastiki nei, ke tahe mena. Tau mena pinei, tunga I tau koloa whakamanungia ki tau whare whakamumuri. Whakamore whala he matu tangate mutu. Nā kai ki tau lupu nei. Nā kai ko nai. Koe mena e ni hoko ia. Nā kai ko mena e. Ke tuki lato ko. Ngā skani ke nako. Hata ki atu matu tangata o se mutu. Ke ua whawhau whakalatahi tau ngasi lupo, mo tau ngasi apa, mo tau ngasi se nola. Mo e wharu whoki mo tau ngasi lupo mao ki loto he tahe tanga pepa. Whakamore whala whawhau tunga e tanga pepa nei. Tanga pepa nei ne taka ni he tau plastiki ni hoko ia.
So from this pile, we're like sorting the plastic bottles from the tin cans, and from these bottles, the bottles that are used to hold the detergents or oils for cooking, they're much more thicker than the PET bottles. So we'll throw that over to that pile, and then this one to this pile, and this to the rubbish. So we've got quite a few going on in here. We've even got glass. Preferably they're asking not to put the shards in because like they can only powderize like the full bottles. But we're just like trying to stockpile it all into one, so we can like gauge like how many glass that we do have. And this is taken down to the civil guys, and they usually crush it into powder when they have the time to do it. That's like added on to their daily activities. Thanks for their help. We've even found some toilet cleaning stuff. We're okay with the bottles, but what goes into the toilet, it's kind of like, so maybe you can just take that, include that into the general waste until we can address that. It's a pretty hard and grueling job, and this is what happens. Just as we're making some way forward, the pile comes crashing down again. So because we've had it here for a little while now, we've even got some invasives growing, so we'll be tackling that as well, putting it into this pile. This is what we've managed to do so far, and Oscar and Asia have recently been taking out the white bags so they can separate right from when they collect it from the households. Again, just to make their life a bit easier. Even though the bins are small, it's always like a big help with like the plastics are separated from the glass bottles, because we have to empty them out before we bag them again. So we do this like these because these plastics are different type to these plastics. Would like to ask everyone if they could help and do their part, it'll be easy for us to concentrate on just bagging the bottles. But we can't do it without everyone's help. So if we all pitch in, I guess then we'll achieve more. Really, we're just asking if we can get it right from the homes, then we can address all of this and get somewhere for us to move forward.
This podcast is proudly brought to you by Niue Waste Management, AusAid, Government of Niue, Project Management and Coordination Unit.
Koe mahua mahuinga lahi ke he lovewe nei Makato, koe tukutuku hifo he tau numera he tau moko ni nofo ke lovewe. Loe tau tolu longa lahi te whanga moko ni nofo ke lovewe. Moi tau vewe ko mege ke liu whakaonga whuki ki tau se ki whuru tau mena. Ka koe matapatulahi, koe tukutuku hifo i numera he tau kumā, tau moamonga, moi tau rango. Longa lahi ki he whunua nei, kai amana ki au kua tukutuku hifo i numera he tau manu ke rea pihia ke he rovewe. Ni whakarewelawe i tokaanga he tau vewe. Koe hākuni hātaki ki a rauturu ke maike ke vehevehe ni rauturu tau vewe he loto kaina si ta hifo mai ke he rovewe. Mai ke he rovewe, ke horon taki ngā hua, ke he utaanga he tau vewe ke he ke. Kau wharata, mo e langmatai mai e tau sianga nei, ke whakamokamoka, e wholu tau ngā hua, ke he lua vewe nei. Ei koe mena tūtala tu mau au, kai Pehen hā kua muna tuanga whanangata ki kaua uroa tu tolu ki whakamau pōpo i hero tolu atu wewe. Koe keiti ke he roa wewe, hu mai, kua whitāni e whalu e tau mtakawini kua whakamailong, tunga e te puhahila ke whahi e, mo i tau rupo kese, ke whahi e. Koe tau pini e whahi e, whahi hema, ke lata mo tau vewi iki. Kata mai hiro toka ina tahe ta matanga po ke ua, tolo ke nei, muka i tangata ka hau, si drop off e vewi hana, si riu. Whahi e, ke lata mo i tau rama vewi iki, kai kisim tō, hamena no ni e ni toko ke mga honi. Koe whahi e, ke toka ki e tau lupo karasi. Me tau karasi osi, ke toka ke whahi e. Kai wha ukanga ia ni ke vehe. Hako mena tamai ni lau tō, koe tau karasi me tau vewe osi, tuku ni loto. Mitaki wharu, kaka wharu, ai mitaki. Whahi e, tunga ni whewehe kau green waste. Tau rau kou, tau kākau, tau mamina bia, ke tuku ke whahi e, tau kiri taro men, ke maike ke kompos, maua ke rekere, si liua ke liu, whakaonga whuki. Tunga e tau hui ika, tu mana whakamina bia, kou ni ka hau ki tausi, kai tu tuku tau, na whatuk tau pin, ke tuku ki ai tau vewe ika bia, me wharu tau vewe giki, e meke ke tanu, ke whariu mo kompos. Ka koe whakatoka ngai, koe tau ngasi apa, ngasi ken. Ke whawhau ki rua kia ke katorika. Ke mai ki whuki e rotoru. Ke tāwiri neia ki riu whakaonga whuki. Sipihia e tau sianga ia. Koe wala e ke lata mo i tau Vilila, mo i rimtoru, koe tau papakiu, koe hamena he tau mena. Ne toka ke whahi e. Whahi lalo e, koe halapatoa he tau lapatoa, tau kalaapa, tau whakamena bihia. Koe tau wala usi e ne toi. Ne toka e tau tanga prestiki uri, koe tau ngasi puha, koe wewe bihia, ne maeke ai ke wehewe, mtahoi e he lua wewe. Whakatoanga ke mtahoi e, koe tau wewe ne maeke ke tāwiri, ke maeke ke tāwiri, ke moa ki mene ni whakingoa koe compost. Tahake ke he tau pini koe uta, ke toka ai tau mei tau tangata, i se manako, ke uta mana mo laumatai e ke rautoro tau fish, mo tau fifine ne manako rahi ke tau kerekeri bihia, mai e rautoro ke uta. Si mitaki whakahoroanga ia ke hero vei.
Thank you for watching this episode of LALAGA Podcast. We will be sending out more information about the Niue Resource Recycling Centre. Stay tuned for the next episode. Ai mawehe, a toriuge whorewea.
This podcast is proudly brought to you by Niue Waste Management, AusAid, Government of Niue, Project Management and Coordination Unit. Niue Waste Management presents LALAGA, weaving our lifestyle and environment together for a better Niue.